I'm supposed to be resting, but it seems like the best topics always come to me when I should be resting. Yo, it's like my downloads come to me right when I'm about to go to sleep. I guess that makes sense because right before you go to bed, you impress your subconscious mind. I want to talk about energy. I want to talk about energy when it comes to relationships and dating. Energy is a dry snitch, as you can see from the title. The very essence of a person is their energy. No matter what comes from a person's mouth, no matter what a person says, the energy speaks for itself. Thank you for whoever pushed like already. Thank you so very much. So, there has been a lot of shifts in the collective. Ever since 2021 hit, it has been real. Namaste, Heather. You're my number one fan. I love you so much. Ever since 2021 has hit, you guys, like what has been hidden in the dark has been coming out into the light, especially relationships. Have you ever been in a relationship where you had this gut wrenching feeling that something was just off? No matter what a person said, their countenance, their aura was telling you something different. It was screaming at you something totally different. I was listening to a well known YouTuber. I won't mention his name. He's a religious person, and I'm not really into religion, but I believe that all things um, make themselves available to those that are on the vibrational frequency and that are ready to hear and receive the message, no matter where it comes from. Okay, it can come from a Satanist. If it's a message from the divine, it's a message from the divine because everything is all connected anyway. But long story short, it was this lady who got back in a relationship with a person that was from her past. But it was just something that she had wrote to this religious man inquiring about of this new man, or let's say her ex-lover, that was just off. Like what he would say and what he would do were not in alignment. And she first thought it was her own mental headspace that something was wrong. Okay, maybe it's me. Because sometimes that's what you're led to believe when you're in relationships when the other person is not doing what they're supposed to do. They'll make it seem like it's all in your head and that you're going crazy and that it's all in your head and it's not them. Thank you for the 6 people that are here. Tell me who's all here besides Heather. And also do not forget to hit that like button. Smash that like button, please. That helps me out so much, and that is spreading good karma. Anyhow, well, she ended up finding out that the very voice, that still voice inside of you, religion calls it God, science calls it your intuition. It is what it is. It is the very gift that God has given to women. Women's intuition is God's gift to us. Everything that man was saying, that man was buttering her up with all the niceties and all the nice words and pleasantries that she can possibly ever imagine. But he delivered on none. That is a telltale sign, you guys. When a man tells you what you want to hear and he's not in congruency with what he is saying and his actions are not aligning and matching up with his words, then you know that the man is not being honest. And can I tell you, you guys, that men are more of a threat and pose more of a threat than a woman? Because if a man get connected and tied up with the wrong woman, yes, it can ruin his life. Yes, it can, cause just as much as harm as a woman. But let me tell you something, you guys. When a woman is connected with the wrong man, it will have to take a whole team of people to come and bail her ass out and to pull her out, okay? because we as women are very emotional and we get emotionally involved, and so when we tend to make our decisions instead of having head over heart and we filter our head through our heart space, we tend to want to just stay in our emotions about things, which oftentimes leaves us in situations that we're not supposed to be in for much longer than what we're supposed to be and much longer than what God intended for us to be. I'm doing good, Latisa. Supreme Rises, Mika. Yes, honey. Yes. So we oftentimes find ourselves in entanglements or situationships way too long. Men are quite contrary than women. Namaste, like Jones. Men are not like us. They tend to see what they want, they go after it, and if they feel that they're not getting or gaining anything from a situation, they tend to move on a lot quicker than us women. You see, we put our heart, our mind, our body, and our souls into our relationships. And so when we get connected and get into a soul tie with the wrong person, that becomes a danger for us. Then we're in the danger zone because we have thrown all caution to the wind. We start to think irrational, right? Illogical. We start to look at a person for their potential, okay? Well, if I stay, then maybe he or she will probably do better. Maybe they'll change for me. Maybe this was just a test. Maybe I should just wait it out just a little bit longer. But all along, guess what? That energy has been pointing you into the other direction and telling your ass to walk away, but you like, no, but I love him. But I love her. But that energy has been crazy telling you that that person has shown you that they love themselves more than they love you. You see, when we stay in a situationship or a situation or relationship way longer than what we are supposed to, what happens is that we keep getting hurt. Yes, that's right. We keep finding things and God keeps bringing things to us to make us go. But we want to stay. We want to stay because we want some more funk and some more pain put on us because we hard-headed. We don't want to see what God has revealed. Because even though God in God's track record has never been wrong, we feel that in our short time and span on this earth that we're right because that's what our heart is telling us. Our heart is telling us that it's going to be okay. That we are going to go ahead and accept the breadcrumbs that this person has rationed out to us because we love them. We're going to stay with this person because they're our twin flame. And you all know how it is when you're with your twin flame. It's magical. It's woo. Listen, this is a very serious conversation that I'm having with all of you guys. I don't give a damn if it's your twin flame, your soulmate, your best friend. If there is someone that you're connected to and the relationship is draining you and it's causing you more pain than it's causing you happiness, then you need to reevaluate your relationship. The most important relationship that you will ever have is the one with yourself. You see, at the end of the day, when the twin flame is gone, whether they're gone by distance, whether they ghosted you, whether they're gone by transcending on the other side of the veil, the only person that you're going to be left with a relationship with is you. Know how to be peace in your whole self without your twin flame, your soulmate, your lover, your one. Learn to set boundaries when whoever is in your life is draining you and distracting you and adding minuses in your life instead of pluses. Learn how to adjust yourselves in such a way that you can go in the other direction. And not be attached to the fact that they're your twin flame. And so you got to stay with this person because, oh, they're your twin flame. No. Because sometimes your twin flame can distract you if they're not on the right track. If they're not on the same wavelength, if they're not on the same page as you are on, if you're ascending and you're on the road to ascension and this person is descending because they're on the earthly 3D plane, they will weigh you down. Wow, like, yes, listen, energy is a dry snitch. A person can tell you whatever they want to tell you, but in the end, what goes in the dark always comes out into the light. And when it happens, even though we're human and it will hurt us, have the attitude of gratitude and be grateful to the universe that God, Source, has revealed what was in the dark. Be happy that you weren't left in the dark because sometimes what you don't know will hurt you. Why you thinking that a person is for you and campaigning for you and representing for you, this person could be moving sideways and against you and you don't even know it the whole time. All because you were soul tied to that person and you were emotionally hooked. Don't be so hooked that you allow your emotions to get the better judgment of you. Always stay in a calm mind no matter what you're going through. Because it is the calm and the still mind that sees everything. It is the calm and the still mind that has clarity throughout the chaos. I'm telling you, there are some people that are so clever in their militia, okay? They're so clever in their reckless behavior that they'll look you straight in the face and tell you that you didn't see something that you both know you clearly saw. Plain as day. But they'll tell you you didn't see it. All because they want to protect what they feel that they have intact with you. And so therefore they'll keep on lying to protect that lie. And then that one lie will build upon another lie until they have ran out of lies and they can no longer lie anymore. That's how it goes, you guys. Exactly. No one wants unrequited love. Like, no one wants unrequited love. And unrequited love will drain you. There's 11 people here. Please press like. It's only 4 of you that need to press like. I appreciate you so much. You know, there are people that are so confused on what they want in life that they'll confuse you too if you let them. They'll have you questioning, why am I in this relationship? Why is this happening to me? Right? And before you know it, you looking in the mirror like Cardi B, like something's different about you. When really in all actuality it's not you, it's the other person. But the other person don't know themselves. But just because somebody else don't know themselves don't mean that you have to become confused and lose your identity too. And most of us as women, we lose our identity and our self-worth and our self-identity and our self-confidence when we're in relationships with people like that. Wow, Empress A. Yes, if you feel something is off, it is. If you feel that something is off, baby, trust me when I tell you it's because it is, baby. Go with your first mind. When I first started getting into higher consciousness and being awakened, I used to listen to Dr. I'm trying to think of his name, Dilbert Blair. Okay? And he always said, and it helped me out. And when I don't do it and I go against my better judgment, I always live to regret it. Never go against your first mind because your first mind is always right. Okay? Mika, had a person turn into King Petty because I didn't answer right away. I will not play games. I'll be myself. That's because when that person doesn't answer you right away, they're up to no good. And so they're thinking you're doing the same thing that they're thinking because guess what? All relationships are divine mirrors. You're mirroring back to that person what they're doing to you, but you're not even doing it intentionally. And that's what is the kicker. Karma. Karma is everyone's best friend. Seriously, because karma comes and collect whether we put in for the order or not. That's it. That's why. When that person is not doing what they're supposed to do, and when they're up to no good, they don't answer you. They don't respond you. They don't reply you. They delay in their response. And so this is the reason why they're doing you like that. Your intuition does tell you something isn't right. And your intuition is the voice of God, that little still voice. That is the voice of God. Many people say that I want to talk to God. I want to look for God. I want to search for God. Go within. Because you are God and God, this is manifested in the flesh. Yes, and you know what? We go through confusion when we don't listen to our inner voice. You can never be confused when you're listening to the voice of God because God is not a God of chaos, but a God of order. Sometimes we don't want to listen to that little voice because that little voice will shatter our paradigm. It'll bust our bubble, our dream bubble, the little dream world that we're living in where we think that our fantasy is going to, pan out with the person just because of what they told us, whatever false ideology they had us under, whatever false pretenses they had us under. You see that? So we don't want to listen to that voice because that voice don't feel good. That voice is totally opposite of what we want. Because we want to continue to believe the lie because it feels good because we have this person. It feels good to be with this person, but it doesn't feel good when our heart is telling us something different. When our intuition is telling us to listen and we don't listen. Thank you so much, Mika. Okay? Confusion is because you're not one with source. I'm telling you that now. When you are at one ment, when you are in atonement with God, there is no confusion. There is nothing but step by step, order by order, bit by bit, piece by piece. Things will start to fall and connect. All the dots will start to connect. All the missing pieces to the puzzle will start to come together. That is something that you are assured. That is something that you are guaranteed. So anytime that you ever feel like there's lack or confusion, that is because you're not in alignment with source. I'm telling you, once you get in alignment with source, that energy will be so off the chart. Yes. Being in the wrong relationship will throw your energy off as well. So pay attention to how you're feeling around people that are supposed to be your love interests. Are you feeling drained? Are you feeling overwhelmed or anxious or stressed? If so, you're not with the right person. Yes, they will make you think you're making up crazy things, but you're not. What you know are facts. It's factual. It's actual and factual. Okay? Anything that is from God will go with the flow, the natural flow and order of things. But anything that is not from God, it will be chaos, it will be confusion, it will be stress. That's how you know it's not from God. And there are people that are from God that may come contract with that you're supposed to help to be on their path and on your path. But that's not always the case. Are you guys able to hear and see me now? It's 11 people and 11 likes. Thank you so much. Welcome, Sacred Orbs. All right, I'm glad the video is still going. So you guys don't get caught up. Yay, Cece! Welcome, girl. Don't get caught up in the okie doke, you guys. Just because someone has a title of a husband, a twin flame, a soulmate, a lover, a mate, does not give them the right to disrespect your intuition, doesn't give them the right to disrespect or insult your intelligence. Don't give them the right. Keep your dignity, okay? And most important, never second guess yourself. Never violate a hunch, okay? And when you find that someone, you know what, 2021 is different for me. I feel totally different than I felt in any other year. I've made peace with my past, and I'm in this headspace now that I'm not allowing anyone into my space that's going to be draining, that is not going to add shock value to my life, that is not going to enhance my life, that is not going to contribute in a major way. You see, I am not entering this year in any mediocrity. This is not time to be mediocre, okay? This is about accepting change and accepting people for who they are. And if people can't accept me for who I am, then you move on from them people. Girl, I dated a guy who was still in contact with the ex. All of a sudden, the guy changed, started petty fights. Guess what? The ex who lived in Italy came in all the way to his house. Yes, exactly. Believe it. Let me say something. When a guy starts spending a lot of time with you and giving you a lot of time and attention, and then he starts to back off and stop giving you that time and that attention, trust me, he's giving it to someone else. It's always the case. It's never maybe he's giving it to someone else. It's always, general rule of thumb, he is or she is. When someone starts moving different, you guys start questioning. And if they start rebuttaling you or rebuking you and fighting you because you're questioning why they're acting different, they're cheating. They're messing around, whether it's physical or emotional. Okay? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Never allow for your current partner to have communication with their ex under any circumstances. Unless you guys are already on the outs and you're on the end of your breakup or whatever the case, and you guys both choose to reconnect with your ex, that's your own business. But I'm just saying, in a current relationship, never fall for the okie doke. Never entertain third parties ever. Walk away from anyone that will put you in a third party relationship. I don't care who it is. Twin flame, no flame. Cece, listen. Any man should worship you. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Any man that is wanting to be with you should worship you, goddess. You're a goddess. Your inner voice knows that you're a goddess. Of course they're gonna try to lie. I mean, no one wants to mess up a good thing. Men want their cake and eat it too. I would lie too if I didn't want to lose you. Not condoning what men do. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying this is not a perfect world. In an imperfect world, a man is going to lie to you to keep you. All right. Empress, it's not for you to confront him on what he's doing. He's showing you who he is. That's who he is. You can accept it and stay, or you can walk away. Empress A, telling you, if it gets defensive, that's your sure sign that it's true of what you're confronting him about. 15 people here. 2 more likes, please, and thank you. Oh, wow, Leticia. I've had guys tell me that too, that they were going to kill themselves if I ever left. They're both still alive. Exactly. A person that truly loves someone will not put a person in a situation to where they have to question the relationship period. I know that we are imperfect and we all make mistakes, but a woman should not have to question her stability and her security in a relationship. A man should make a woman feel both secure and stable. That is devil energy. Empress A, you're on it. Honey, I'm going to tell you this. There are more than one twin flame, but only one original twin soul or one original twin flame that we are sharing soul DNA with. But there are a lot of twin flame energies that we match with and align with. But you can see if you know of someone else in your life that may be a second twin flame energy through an energetic reading. I'm not doing any readings until this coming Sunday. I'm kind of like taking a small vacation myself, my husband. Can you guys, that's the reason why I'm just doing, motivational talks until after then. I'll probably do some cards tomorrow for the collective, but as far as personal readings, I won't be doing that again until Sunday. All right, you guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Lala! Namaste, Supreme Risings, beautiful goddess. Sacred orbs. I have been single for 3 years, but lately I have been feeling a lot of sexual energy. Is it appropriate to pleasure? Hell yeah, it's appropriate to pleasure yourself as long as you're pleasuring yourself to heal yourself and to manifest. That's the only time I would use masturbation is to pleasure myself, to heal myself. And I have a special toy that I don't enter myself. I don't penetrate myself when I masturbate. And this is for my own personal reason. If I'm going to be celibate, I want to become tight like a virgin again. It only takes 6 months for your vaginal hole to close. All right? So I'm celibate for a reason. So I have like a little clitoris toy that I use that sucks my vagina. It sucks my clitoris for me. And, I use it to manifest with. And yes, that sexual energy, you have to release it, honey. You can't let it remain trapped. You'll start to have mental issues, and that's not good. A lot of times they don't tell you the truth about this spiritual stuff. You have to release that energy. Men and women alike have to release it. Men get blue balls, they have physical issues, and women start to have um, psychological and spiritual issues when they don't release. Okay? So being celibate, you know, which is abstinent from sex, doesn't necessarily mean that you cannot relieve yourself of the pressure of the Kundalini fire. That can't remain stuck there. It has to keep moving up the Shashuna. hmm Exactly, Linda. Yes. Yeah, and there's a lot of sexual energy probably because Empress. You need to release that sexual energy. Oh, thank you, Lala Blue. I love you so much. All right, CC. I feel like my calling is to be a healer in the form of Reiki with men and give sex therapy. I have a friend that's doing something of that nature. Yes, a lot of men have a lot of trauma. Yes, and a lot of men find it hard to cut the apron strings with their mother. That's a good subject. Oh my God, we just power. I gotta call my husband, y'all. I'll jump back online, but I'm not about to be sitting here in the dark and with no air, no heat. I mean, no heat, shit, no air in the heat. No, no, no. I'm not going to do that. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for those of you who have joined. I will do a part two. I got to call my hubby. Bye, y'all. I'll be back. Namaste.